so like individual like server VMs, functions, serverless items, all that kind of stuff. And the new one here that says new, right, and GPU droplets that says new. I'll be talking about the internet platform. So here we have kind of all the agents can be created. To create an agent, I already created one earlier, but if you wanted to create one, you can go through, you can configure it, give it a name, give it specific instructions, right? So this one, I guess the prompt is like, act as a planning agent, do this, do that, here's some guidelines, here's what you should do, here's what you shouldn't do. And it will hopefully obey those, you should. And then you can pick what model you would like. So we've got some options here. So Llama 3.3, you can use one of the Anthropic models, Mistral. We've got adding new models all the time. So there's going to be more being added even in the next few weeks. You can add knowledge bases. So knowledge bases are really useful for specific information, right? So say that you are a hotel and you want to be able to fetch all this information about your hotel chains. You put that information in a knowledge base, so then the LLM will be able to fetch that and be able to say, hey, this is about all our properties, this is all the things that we care about. So much more powerful than just a general LLM. We want to be able to give it some resources to work with. And then down here, yeah, we can create this. Create the agent, and it'll be online. So I'm going to go back over here to one I already created, so kind of spare you the time of like deployment. But here we can see that, hey, this is a public agent. We can do all sorts of things with this. We've even made it easy. We can kind of stick it to chatbot. So this one's already available. So I have a very, very complex website, right? Where you can kind of like click that and go. Okay, where's my share screen? Share is not. There we go. So notice that we have the bot here, and we can talk to it, and it'll say, hey, like this is something that we want to do. I previously set this one up as like a vacation planner that specializes in cruises. So you can ask it more questions, do all this kind of stuff, and it's very easy to integrate your app. Literally we provide all the heavy lifting. Literally all that I had to do was stick it in the script, and it would download it, put the agent log, let it be ready to go for you. And that can be customized kind of as you see fit, right? With primary color, secondary color, etc. And something that I'm going to talk about a little bit more is some of the resources you can give it. So you can pick a model. Again, guardrails, really interesting. It actually uses another model to try to determine, hey, is this something that we should be telling the user? Is this something that, like, for instance, like ones that we offer right now, like content moderation, like jailbreak, that you've probably seen maybe OpenAI has talked about in the past. And we have like a couple others, like sensitive data, that one's on its way. Generally making AI agents, something else that's useful is here. So you can imagine, like, as the prompts are really large and you were really specific about what you want an agent to do, it might be a little confused, right? Like, it's a lot of context to have all at once. So something that we've implemented is having agent groups, which means you can have something really specific and be able to tell the model, hey, if you encounter something like this, let's send this prompt to another agent that's more capable and it has more specific context to do this. So that's really easy to set up. You go in here and you can say, hey, if you encounter something like, if it's a travel agent, right? If you want to book a flight, or if that's talked about, send it to the set of agents that has more information on it, or it has knowledge bases that's set up to handle that information. And then you set an agent, and then that's all there is to it, right? We don't have to worry about some of the networking, we don't have to worry about like doing all these connections, like we can do that for you. And then function roots. This is similar if anybody else has used like AWS Lambda functions, like serverless functions. This is DO's implementation, just called functions. Very inventive name. You can just kind of select functions you want to use. So you can say, hey, like agent, call this function whenever you encounter this. It'll call it. We get an input and an output, kind of a very JSON-like function. It's very easy. So let's say that going back to kind of the travel example, someone wants to chat with this bot and book a flight. It might be a little brave to do that, but if you want to do that, you could say, hey, like call the airline API with one of these functions and do that. So it gives us a really easy way to take our LLM and have it do something for us versus just like give me information. We can actually be more interesting. This is a job it can do. And it's really something that's really straightforward to set up. Like you can go in here, you do this in what, half an hour, and set it to go. So this is kind of switching back to questions in the way that you're expecting them to be answered. So if you come in here and you can kind of talk to it, you could say like different things I'm just gonna say hi, but you can ask more interesting questions. This is based on the instructions here. And as soon as you update these, it will send it with a request. Question? So, yeah, you can store quite a few file types. It says, I'm going to save that question because Tyler didn't talk about that in this minute. So, we're going to cover that in the next chit chat. But yeah, you can upload files, it's stored in some of our, something called our spaces object. So, that's one way to do it. And then, yeah, so you can adjust these settings like temperature, max everything, etc. So, if anybody has any questions about that, let me know. We can talk about it afterwards. And yeah, I think that I'm going to pass it over to Tyler to kind of talk about. So